Hello, everybody. It is April 23rd. I hope you guys are having a nice day. Last night, or yesterday, my wife Christina started having pains. Now, remember, she had a dentist appointment last week where they took a tooth out, but they weren't able to put the filling in because they were behind on schedule. So she was starting to experience pain. So she called up the dentist's office and got an appointment this morning. So we woke up very early and had to drive all the way to her appointment. So we're both exhausted. Christina slept away most of the day. And then about the time she was ready to get up, then I decided to take a nap. So I'm probably going to end up being awake for a good bit of the night. It feels like we didn't catch up on sleep before another situation where we had to. Sleep has always been a big thing because my wife tends to sleep a lot. It's something ever since she was a baby, she's always slept more than the average person does. And I've always had difficulty with sleeping. And I take sleeping meds to help me go to bed. But even then, I have a very specific set of things that I have to do to get myself to go to bed at night. And if I get woken up, my mind goes, okay, you're awake, and keeps me awake for a few hours before I can try to go back to bed again. That's something I can talk a little bit more later, some other day. Today I'd like to talk about, I had it in my mind, just give me a second, the different struggles between different people. Here's a perfect example. I have never had a problem with athlete's feet. I've never had it. I've never had to deal with the problems surrounding it or the experiences of having it or trying to prevent it. That's something that I've never had to deal with. On the other hand, I have a nose, and my nose is easily irritated. And so it often itches, and it's much more difficult to clean than other people might. Everybody has their own situations and experiences that can cause difficulties that other people are not aware of. And it happens with almost every part of who we are as individuals. There's so many pieces and parts of each of our lives and struggles that we have to deal with that it's very annoying that there's some people who are unable to understand that other people have different struggles. In movies and television shows, video games, and various other stories, there is this difficulty within the narrative. A physical something or whatever. But a majority of the struggles we deal with are a lot more internal. They're a lot more about how we're functioning mentally when dealing around circumstances. There's a lot of things that we do not have control over. And so then it becomes a situation in which we are trying our best to find a way to deal around those problems. And it doesn't help when people don't see them as problems or issues, because regardless, or whether that particular issue is easy for them, or they have never had to deal with it, or they're just pompous people. I've heard stories about people who quit smoking in one day, who just decided, I'm not going to smoke anymore, and just boop, done. But I've also heard stories about people who have tried over and over and over again to overcome an addiction and haven't been able to do it. And it's not because somebody's stronger than another. It just happens to be a part of the struggle we have as individuals. So next time somebody is struggling with something, you shouldn't just simply assume that they're being lazy good-for-nothings. Or maybe you're the lazy good-for-nothing. Anyway, have a nice day. Give me just 1 second. I'm just a little bit thirsty. I'm less thirsty now.